Without knowing how to craft your curriculum, you can never get clients, baby. All right, and I have a very special guest on. Drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dewanda. The reason why we do these is I'm excited because there's a lot of folks, right? We just started working together, and there's a lot of folks who they don't have coaches yet. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really understand or know the power of coaching. So I like to do these every single Friday, which usually we take folks from the community, do these coaching sessions so other folks can really see the power of coaching and specifically, you know, what it would look like, you know, potentially even coaching with me. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to really kind of kick them game on this. This is a real coaching session, right? So any questions you really have, like, you know, we keep it 100 here. Those who follow me, you already love it. So let's craft the curriculum, right? So, so first thing we want to focus on is specifically what do they need to learn in order to make their team more productive and retain their clientele, because that's essentially the goal that we want to create for your program. So what are the top 12? I kind of like, you can create a program. So this is over for all of us. You can create a program that's you know 3 months long, 4 months long, 6 months long, a year long. I say anywhere between 3 months and a year is a good time frame to create your coaching program. I see a lot of people who charge hourly. I don't necessarily agree with that, because you can't really, unless you're a consultant, you can't change somebody's life in an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to work with them for a period of time in order to really get measurable results, right? So that's why it's important we switch out of the mindset from hourly and we switch into the mindset to packages over an extended period of time. So we're going to focus on 12, right? And you know, you have resources from us where I'll walk you through all of this in detail, but let's go through, like, what are the top 12 things that these teams need to be proficient and skillful at in order to retain more clientele. So let's go through it right now. And I want you to write it down. I know you're taking notes. So what's the first thing that they need to know in order to be better at retaining or be more productive?
The company's mission. Like, what is communication?
Yep.
Professionalism.
Yep.
Let's see, effective leadership.
Love it. Now this is effective. So you're teaching, so effective leadership. So let me pause you right there. I think we have 3, right? So I'm the owner, and you're saying, you're saying, okay, this is what you want to be teaching and training your staff, right?
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
So effective leadership. Okay. What else we got?
Okay. Let's see. Then business etiquette. Like, even your staff needs to know business etiquette.
Love it. What else?
Let me see. So those are we're at 5. 6. I will even say just in leadership. I would probably do so soft skills training, like all inclusive soft skills, and that's my 6.
Right. And all inclusive soft skills. So let's use that, right? And don't worry, we're going to come up with another 6 because you got to come up with that. Okay. So, so soft skills, and that's soft skills in terms of what? The particular, a set of soft skills that you say is important that their team needs to embody to the customer, right? Or the client.
Yes.
To increase the retention, right? So what are some soft skills that are coming to mind?
The first thing is absolutely communication and presentation, just everything, just positive energy, like mindset. And the biggest thing is knowing their role, you know, and I don't mean that I mean that in the most positive way. Know their role, know where they fit, like how, if you help a person understand how they fit in this process, you're more than likely going to get a greater sense of success, or a greater, you're gonna get a greater buy-in, a bigger buy-in from that individual, because they feel like I play a part in this. Right. I may never own a business, I may never, you know, become an entrepreneur, I may never do any of those things, but where I am, I matter. So that's the biggest thing. It's just helping them understand that they are valuable. Just because you pay this person $9-10 an hour does not mean that what they bring to the table is not valuable. Love it. You know, it's more just a warm body in a seat or a warm body behind a cash register. or, or something like that. So
what is that? And then, so what is that? So essentially what you're mentioning, right? And this is good for y'all
right.
learning on here too, right? Because we're going through, if you just joined us, we're going through her curriculum. So,
Mm-hmm.
so what that really means is you're really increasing they're almost like their morale, right? Like the morale
Exactly.
of them, right? So they have more buy-in to the mission and the vision of the company. And how does that impact, how is that going to impact their level of performance when it comes to interaction with the customer?
Because it makes a person feel like they again are a part of the process, and then they can also see themselves long term, because I know what my role is now, and then I can better understand the mission and the goal of the company that employs me. And so also too, then it shows that the people that matter, or as people say, the higher ups, they see me as valuable in what it is that I offer. So, and if they're constantly finding ways to provide, just say even performance evaluations, you'll be surprised how many companies and organizations do not properly use performance evaluations. But how can you improve? How can you show a person how they can become better or improve if you don't evaluate their current performance? What do you have to compare to?
I love it.
So that so yes, the morale is huge. It's huge.
So with that, and I love it. Let's go. By the way, give this some love. Give this some likes. Like if you're really just learning how to think through your curriculum, because that's what we're going through, right? And I love it. And I wanted you to really explain that, because that's deepening like your level of, this is stuff that right? But the more that you talk about it, the more that you explain it to me, to people, to the world, the more conviction you're gonna have when you're on trainings, when you're on stages, when you're on strategy sessions or consultation calls. That the conviction is gonna come out. People like, yo, I explained it to Coach T. I explained it to the world. I talk about this all the time. So that's where the confidence starts to come in at. So I love it. All right, 7. What else do these CEOs and these business owners need to know to have an effective team that's going to be able to properly grow their retention?
Let's see. Okay, so I got the top 6 and 7. I wish I didn't know you were going to give me 7 through 12.
Yeah. And by the way, look,
okay,
don't overthink it, right? Because you don't have to get married. You don't have to get married to this, right? Realize that your curriculum will morph and change and improve over time. Like when I started the PCS program initially, first of all, it wasn't even a certification program, right? So just to let you know how it changed, it's been in effect for some years now, but we didn't have a group initially, right? We didn't have training, we didn't have like coaches, we didn't really even have replays for real. It was just like, yo, let's just jump on a call every week and let me just train you. But the program structure changed, and then also the curriculum changed, because I've been doing this for the last 8 years, right? What I knew 8 years ago, I've grown and developed over the years, right? So now my perspective is different, right? I've consulted a few thousand, coaches, right, and speakers and trainers at this point, right? Thousands and thousands of them, right? Hundreds and hundreds of people in a program, right? So, and we have over 100 active members right now. But what I'm telling you is that that's so much data that I'm learning, that's constantly how I upgrade the curriculum. So like the PCS map, right? Our curriculum is the PCS map. That looked different. I'm telling you, that looked different. Some of those elements look different a year ago. The one that you have now looked different 2 years ago. And that's because I upgraded it. So don't overthink the curriculum. Just say, okay, what else do they need to know in order to really have the most effective team, to have the most effective team, essentially. So, okay, perfect. So what else? So give me another one. What's the big
I would add, okay, so I think it would, another thing we add to that is like the value of PD, the value of professional development. They need to understand, so that would be my 7, mentorship, because sometimes, you can partner a entry-level person with a mid-level person, just so within that team. So then we have operations, because what I'm learning is that a lot of the exec level don't understand the operations of the front line. So that's another thing. And
9. Let's go. 3 more.
That's 9. Okay. Mindset. I think we need to understand mindset, growth, the value and difference between growth and fixed. Okay, so I'm at 10. Um, oh, 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 um, when the word has escaped me, but then the power of praise, like understanding when you're giving, when praise and support. So the power of praise, um, and then, just, I think just celebration, just celebrating wins, whatever they are, learning how to celebrate wins, just whatever little thing. If you have for example, if you have an employee and you see value in them, and you talk to them, and then they actually, you see that they're trying. They may have not have conquered everything that it is that you want them to conquer, but they are definitely trying, and you can see that. Celebrate that person, even if it's just encouragement, pull to the side. Hey, I see you. I notice you. Things like that.
I love
So,
it. I love it.
yeah.
I love
So
it. And I think
that's
that's
it.
dope.
That's all.
Well, first of all, give yourself a round of applause for coming up with your curriculum. Let's go.